for those of us who are awake, I strongly encourage you to vote because we have people on this ship called America who are trying to sink the ship of America with me on it and you on it. It is our duty to vote to keep this ship afloat. You know, America is really a young country. It's only 248 years old. And you have to think, I mean, there's nations out there that are thousands of years old. So 248 years old is very young. So you have to imagine that with such a young country, anything could pop off. Anything could turn around. So you can't be so naive to think that someone could not gain power and literally wipe out all that we have worked hard to achieve in terms of this experiment called America, where there are supposed to be equal rights, there's supposed to be a democracy, there's supposed to be the pursuit of happiness. But instead we have a candidate who is out here traveling with a woman by the name of Laura Loomer, who's an online personality who some have said may be mentally disturbed because she promotes conspiracy theories, including a conspiracy theory about what happened on 9/11, one of the most devastating moments ever to take place on American soil. And just recently, 9/11 had their Remembrance Day. As a survivor of 9/11 said, we don't want to call it an anniversary because it's not a celebration, but it was a Remembrance Day just recently in New York. Kamala Harris attended, and so did Donald Trump. And who did Donald Trump bring to this event? Laura Loomer. So disrespectful. Not only did he bring her to this event, but this woman is also traveling with him on his plane. As someone pointed out, that means she's pretty close to him, even though he likes to deny that, like he denies everything else. Again, he's a man that cannot be trusted. Many have called him a pathological liar. She's on your plane. You said she's a free spirit. But this woman has spewed racism against Kamala Harris, stating if she becomes president, the White House will smell like curry. Even Marjorie Taylor Greene, who herself has been very divisive, called out Laura for that statement, stating that that is not what MAGA represents. Now, I beg to differ with her on that, but that's what she's claiming. And I appreciate her saying it publicly. But a little note on that, apparently Marjorie Taylor Greene and Laura used to be friends. According to a CNN report, they used to be friends. They had a falling out. And now Marjorie Taylor Greene is calling Laura out. So we don't know if the call out is more personal or if it's really based on principle. But regardless, we appreciate her calling Laura out. But the point is, we have a top ticket candidate, Donald Trump, parading around with this woman. And that to me, again, is dangerous. To have a potential president, someone who used to be president, parading around with someone so hateful and disrespectful. To me, if you support Donald Trump, we cannot be friends because you are voting against my interests as a human being and as an American citizen. To me, you are anti-American. To me, you are anti-decency. If you support that man, I encourage all of you who have sense and who are awake and not a part of that cult that Donald Trump is pushing, that has become a danger to many. In fact, the lies that he's spewing about Springfield, Ohio, many have gotten threats because of the lies he's spewing. He's disrespectful to immigrants who have helped build this country. But if you want to follow him, you go ahead. But for those of us who are awake, I strongly encourage you to vote. Because we have people on this ship called America. My father has a speech called The Ship of America. And yes, there can be rough waters. I'm an African American, so of course there have been rough waters for me This has not been a perfect country, but it is my country. I was born here. My father served this country. My uncles served this country. My grandfathers served this country. My mother, my aunts, they work in this country. I work in this country. So this is my country. And I'll be damned if we have passengers on this ship who are trying to sink the ship of America with me on it and you on it. It is our duty to vote to keep this ship afloat. I'm Stacey Brewer, and this is H Blue's Word. Peace.